Field Day is the largest operating event in the U.S. and Canada, with over 40,000 operators getting on the air. Field Day will be June 23rd and 24th this year. We're really excited here at DX Engineering, and here's why we care about Field Day.
Hi, I'm Mike, KC8NMW from DX Engineering. My first Field Day was in the year 2002, and a group of hams and I went to Punderson State Park, and we set up and operated. I can't remember exactly how many contacts we made, but I do remember the overall fun of it, and just the fact that you're operating outside instead of in your shack, and there's a lot of things that you need to be prepared for, whether it's bad weather or maybe using a radio that you're not familiar with. For the first field day that you go to as a new ham, you may be operating a radio that is completely new to you, but don't let that intimidate you, because if you're able to effectively and efficiently operate it, that shows your skills as a ham. When we talk about being prepared for anything at Field Day, think about even the littlest things that could happen. For example, you might pull your coax out of the bin and find out that one of the connectors is loose and needs resoldered, so be prepared to do that. Maybe it's not long enough. Do you have jumpers? Do you have double female barrel connectors? Do you have rope? Some of those things that you're going to need in the field, you make sure that you plan and prepare and pack those ahead of time. Okay, I think it's important for people to remember that although Field Day is fun, it's about spending time with your ham friends and scoring a lot of points, it's also being prepared for a true, real emergency. So within that 24-hour period, anything could happen. You could have equipment failure, you could have a downpour, you could have excessive heat. So through all of that, were you able to effectively operate your radio equipment that you had to use, and how many contacts were you able to make? So emergency communications really depends on the ability of hams to provide communications for their community or whatever agency they're serving. And what I would tell people is use Field Day as a gauge for how good you are at operating. You know, like we've talked about, you may sit down in front of a Yaesu, but at home you have an ICOM and you're used to the menu systems and how to adjust the filters, but don't be afraid to use the Yaesu. Even if it's 30 years old, it may not be the best receiver, but think about how you are going to have to listen for signals that are maybe weaker, especially if the bands aren't good, which lately they haven't been. Maybe you're going to have to operate CW for the first time, or maybe you haven't operated in years and you're a little rusty, but after a few hours you're back to speed.